Hello and welcome back. I'm going to talk about the Brain Speaks 1 today. So the Brain Speaks 1 is craniosacral therapy techniques for listening to and working with the brain. Also on shoulders, there's another interesting book I just saw on my shelf, which is written by, what have I written? Well, it was written by the Upledger Institute. It's called Working Wonders, Changing Lives with Craniosacral Therapy. This is a great book. It's just a book full of case studies, stories, clients and stories that craniosacral therapists had sent in. So it's a great book. Again, Working Wonders. There's Dr. Upledger with the baby. This is a great read. Now, The Brain Speaks 1. Great class. Here's another thing that I just remember from this class. It's been 2014, I guess, 2013, 14. I was still like on, like I mentioned, I've been always feeling like everything, and especially in those classes, because the energy is like, now you're all with therapists, the frequency in those classes is already pretty high. And so the brain speaks. We're treating brain structures, we're tuning into the different structures and dysfunction and whatever else is going on, and we can find. It's always experimental. See what we can find. So I had an interesting session happen that kind of like put me into this homeostasis, or like parasympathetic, excuse my accent, state, which was so amazing because we released something so old. So I got on the table, was trading with my fellow therapists. We were trading, can't remember, but obviously something with the brain. It's the brain speaks. The brain is showing us something. So she's on a structure in the brain, and I could feel it pulling down into my right hip. Right hip, again, is the one, because I had the lift on the right side. So most of my stories are just stuck in the right side because the right side has always been out of alignment. So there was this line from the brain to the hip. Now, of course, she only has two hands. We only partnered up with one partner. It's not like we're in a multi-hand session where you could easily say, hey, to your fellow therapist, can you go down to the right hip? That's what's coming up. So she was sitting there, and I'm like, okay. So I kept feeling something coming up. And then our instructor, can't remember the name, Tim, something, see him. Crazy turquoise blue eyes. Anyway, our instructor comes over and helps her and gets to the hip. So now they could create that line, that fascial, the line from the brain where the thing had been sent in. And what came up for me was like, whoa. When I was a kid, I think I was like, 8 or 9, I had fractured my nose. I had been on the playground somewhere. I'm going to talk about it later again, but anyway, I had fractured my nose, and I had to go back to the hospital the next day, where they put me under laughing gas. And my mom said they would come in with those long sticks to kind of like adjust the nose from the inside. And then obviously I didn't know that because I was under, I was laughing gas nitrous. And when I woke up, I had a cast on my nose. But what came up in the Brain Speaks 1 in that session, or in that practice, so my fellow therapist was on my brain, and the instructor went down to my hip. And when they created that line of tension, I could literally feel like I had like Chinese chopsticks up my nose, and I just needed to have them come out. So once they came out, boom, I sank into my body, and I was like so calm. So my nervous system, again, like I said, we hold everything that happened to us in our nervous system, and especially when we're not conscious. So here I am under nitrous, like laughing gas. I can't remember. Tanya, don't remember they put sticks up there. My body, and that's what Dr. Upledger refers to as the inner physician. I just call it the body. I like it. I like the spirit of the body. It's just my term. My body, my nervous system, the fascia, remembered it. And of course, it probably went like, that's just another thing. So pulling up the right hip. So releasing that whole line of tension and boop, letting that go, the sensation that was stuck in my tissues, relaxed my whole body so much. We wanted to go out after that day after class, and I was just standing there like, I couldn't even talk. I was so chill because something that had been in my system for 40 plus years was finally out. This was amazing. That's just how amazing this work and those classes are. So again, when someone in the forum asks, I've taken cranial one, should I take more? It's like, yeah, duh, because whatever you heal in yourself makes you so much better of a therapist, because you're not going to put that on your client. Because whatever you still have in your body resonates with something someone else comes in. That's what healing is about. It's all about like releasing, learning. So just an amazing experience. So that was The Brain Speaks 1. Tim, yeah, I have to look up their name, but it's okay. Thank you for listening.